All right, so what I'd like to do is give you the basic steps to create the rouleau triangle based on the video that was posted in this week's work. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and create a circle with center through point, which means I'm just going to make a circle that looks something like this. Now, the reason I want to create the circle is because this circle is going to kind of surround my rouleau triangle, meaning that it's going to be, the triangle itself is going to be placed inside of it. Um, the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to move this point B off to the side a little bit. I don't really want to deal with it. And I'm going to actually place an extra dot right on the edge. That's going to be point C. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to do one of the steps from our project last week where what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an angle with given size, starting from the edge to the center, and I'm going to make sure that it measures 120 degrees. The only reason I'm choosing 120 degrees is because I know that that is the angle measurement I need to create a triangle. So I'm going to press OK. Then from that new point that was just created, I'll do that one more time from the edge to the center. The 120 is already there. Press OK. Now, as I do this, I don't want to see the angle stuff here, so I'm going to just hide that. All right, that's gone. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my triangle piece basically from these 3 points. Notice how they all have a C. So here to here to here to here. And there's my triangle. Now, by making the triangle this way, what's going to happen is that I am able, if you remember this point, I'm able to make the triangle bigger or smaller depending on my needs. That's going to be pretty handy later. I can also make it bigger and smaller here, but when I press on the point of the triangle itself, it will not change size because, of course, this is locked up inside the circle. Now, I don't really need the circle itself. I just need the points that give me control. So I'm going to go ahead and hide the circle. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make it so that the edges look rounded off. And to do that, I'm going to go back to my circle tool and find something called a circular arc. Okay, so I'll click on that. And the trick is simple. Start with one corner, one of the vertices, and I'm going to go in a counterclockwise direction. So that means I'm going to go here and I'm going to click all three dots in order. So 1, 2, 3. Now from where I just landed, I'll click all three dots again. So this is where I landed. 1, 2, 3. Again, from where I just landed, I'll do that one last time. 1, 2, and 3. So what that does is it creates my Reuleaux triangle. That's my best pronunciation of it. And let's see what it allows me to do. I can make it bigger, I can make it smaller. If I press on C, it will definitely rotate. Okay, so I have all that. I'm going to move point B off to the side for a second. I'll put it over here just randomly. And I'll probably make this a little bit smaller. So let me just adjust my picture that it's not that big. And now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use again one of the skills from our project last week. And I'm going to translate this object at some random vector. So I'm going to choose translate by vector. And to do that, I'm going to highlight the whole thing. And then starting from point A, I'm going to just go off to the edge right here. And it doesn't matter where I click. I'm just going to put it on this edge because I gave myself more room there. And notice what it does. It gave me that triangle. Okay, so now that I have that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to now move my vector. See, I can move this vector pretty much anywhere I want. I'm now going to move this vector so that it appears that this point is touching this edge. And then I'm going to just move this around. And now this is the effect I want. I want it to appear like this shape is always touching the other. And by the way, it doesn't matter where I place it. I could have it so that this corner is touching here. As soon as I rotate, the same thing happens. The effect is the same. Okay. I don't want to see them touching for now. I can separate them. This, because it's a copy of the original, this one won't do much. So because it won't do much, I'm just going to hide it, get rid of it. In terms of changing my size, this will do all I need to change my size. So that will be good enough. And in terms of just touching, it doesn't matter where it touches. What matters is that it does. And the effect is exactly what I want. Final step. Suppose that I want to make it look like this is a full shape, like color then. Okay. Look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to choose this edge. I'm going to go here. Now this is my tool here. I'm going to go here where it seems to be white. And I'm going to pick a color. I'm just going to pick this one. Let's just pick the first one, the first little box. Seems to be kind of like a greenish color. You see how this says 0? Move it over all the way. I'm just going to move it over to 100. Then I'm going to go to the next edge. Click the same one. Move it over to 100. Click the next edge. Move it over to 100. And then if you pick the triangle, which is this object here, got to pick the edge of the triangle, I suppose. Or maybe I can find the, yeah, this should be it. It won't do it. So let's do this. Let's make a polygon in there. Just this one, polygon. And that way I can fill in the inside. There we go. That should do it. Now I'm going to click on the polygon. Click the first one again and go all the way here. All right. So if I don't want to see these lines, I could easily click on those line segments, select them, and hide them. So if I do that, notice it makes it appear as if it's a solid figure. Now, there is, of course, some variety. If I don't want to have it quite that way as one solid figure, or if I want a different color, I could do that too. Um, I could, if I wanted to, make it so that this is one color. I could make this edge be a completely different color. And I can make this edge now be, again, a different color. All right. That is completely an individual choice. All right. But once you have that, you can make them appear to be touching. And remember, C seems to be my control. So C moves everything around. As a matter of fact, I can also show you that C has the play button, so I can use an action button to kind of create my run feature. But if I don't create my button, I can just click here, and now I have my animation. Now, this is meant to be kind of an introduction. I want you to play with it, mess with it, look at the video, see what kind of ideas you can get out of it. Because the goal for the next few weeks is going to be for you to create these kind of shapes, but hopefully you create them so that they're original to you. All right. Have fun with it. Do what you can with it. Ask as many questions as possible. And this is our week. Thank you.